Now we are going to see some of the grid introduced to our design. Okay, in the whole design exercise I never used any kind of grids because I was building pretty quickly. Now I am going to if you really want to fine tune your design, you need grids for that. Okay, grids help you align and harmonize your design. Like you can see over here, this is a grid layout: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 columns grid, and I have left few areas on the right or left, which is margins. Over here you can see I have left 11 points on both sides to be safe, and I'm aligning everything. My login, you can see here is my hamburger menu, log out, everything to these grids. Okay, so it is going to make more harmony, and also it is going to help users to avoid clicking on or tapping on the areas where it is not accessible. So make sure you have at least 11 or 12 points of margin on both sides. So one thing is that. Second thing is that you can see over here, you can also align your or make the width and heights of your elements according to these. They are going to look more nicer. Like you can see here is my button. I can align it to these 1 2 3 4 5 6 middle columns over here, and also all of them. So they are going to leave these two columns outside to have a good margin. Okay, so let me create one for this one for you. So I'm going to click on this, which is our artboard name, and I'm going to click on grid, and I am going to use columns, which is going to be 8, and then leave the gutter width as it is 10 pixels. And what I'm going to do is, these are the margins. I want similar margins on both sides, so I'm going to use 12 for this one. So I think we used 11, so I am going to use this one, so I'm going to use 11, and I think there is some problem. So let's click on this use default, because I have made the default over here. Okay, and you can see over here, this is, let's use 11 over here to see why is this a problem. Sometimes it is the calculation, so the calculation is not right, so we might have some problem like uneven margins on both sides, so you need to cater for them later on. So now you can see it is fixed. This I'm going to make this default, and now you can see this is the area we are using, and this is, you can see if I zoom in, there is some of the areas that are coming out like this one. So I'm going to use it like this, and it is going to snap to this. So now it is more properly aligned to this area. You can do the same for this one. So the width is 262, so I'm going to make this one 262. Oops, 262. Okay, so you can see now we have a size map to our grid, and it is looking more natural, more you can say more aligned design. Okay, so this is great, and this is why I wanted you to see this layout grid, so you can create your own, and you can have your design laid out like that. Okay, so you can see here, if I go to this is looking great. It is on the left corner, it is on the right corner, and these are my other elements on my page. I'm not right now resizing them, but I really you can say I really recommend that you should use some kind of grids, because they are going to make your design look pretty. Okay, so I am aligning it on this area, on this side. It is 352. Also this is going to be 352. So make sure that your whole areas or this middle content area is 352 points wide. Okay, so this is the size I got from this grid. Okay, so that is all I wanted to show you, this grid system and how we design using this grid. And you can see here, if you go to this button area, we are using this 6 columns for this button, also for these fields. So that is all about grid systems, and if you really want to know more in a grid system and vertical rhythm, you should see my typography for designers and developers course. If you have any questions, do ask me. Let's move on to the next lesson where I'm going to discuss the missing style guide and how we are going to prepare it. Okay, so let's move on creating style guide.